Non-Euclidean Minecraft, but the world is completely spherical. In this video, I'm going to show you a completely spherical Minecraft world that was created through some trickery of shaders and the Immersive Portals mod. So without further ado, welcome to Spherical Minecraft. Now, this won't be completely spherical Minecraft, more like a simulated spherical Minecraft. So there's going to be a few things that will seem strange happening at the edges of the world where it's kind of like sewn together. This is because the shaders I'm using to bend the Minecraft world around in a sphere don't actually bend the portals I'm using to transport myself. So this is going to create a couple artifacts that look like this. And in the even worst cases at the corners, it looks a little like this. Now, while it does look a little funny, it is still completely functional. Well, almost completely functional. If I try to target a block under me, no issues. If I try to target a block a few blocks in front of me, doesn't quite work how it's supposed to. And it can get even stranger when I try to target the block on the other side of the world. But if you can get over those few strange things, then otherwise this works completely like you would expect. Also, F5 isn't going to work how you expect either. But anyways, let's get into how you can do this yourself. Alrighty, so to get started, first we're going to need to make a world, obviously. But I would recommend that when you're making your world that you use a preset void super flat. So you're going to need the shader packs that are in the description of the video. They are called Animal Crossing shader packs. In your video settings, you're going to have to set your render distance to 2 chunks. Now, because we're in the super flat world, this doesn't matter as much. As you can see, it doesn't really matter. You can start to see some of that. Because it doesn't make your whole world round, it just makes underneath you round. So I turned my chunks way too high up and now my computer started to hate me. But just go to 2 chunks. Alright, so we have our spherical world, quote unquote. But obviously you don't go to the other side yet. So the way to do that is Immersive Portals. So just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to go into my video settings, shader packs, and I'm going to disable the Animal Crossing shaders. Alright, so now, it's really up to you how high up you want to go with your circle world. I think mine was about 7 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go with about 8. So if I go over here, and I'm going to go to Portal, and I'm going to look for the option Create Inward Wrapping. This is the one you want. And then you're going to have to go into F3. So if I go into F3 here, and you're going to look for the thing that says Targeted Block in the top right. So now my targeted block is going to be 24, 11, 24. So you can save that command either by copying it to your clipboard or whatever you want. I come over here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go here, but I need to remember to put my F3 up. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go targeted block, -8, 3, -8. And if we do that, you can see the roof, but if you go inside, you can also see yourself. So just to reduce the lag in my own world, actually, no, you should do this regardless, otherwise there's going to be a ceiling above you. So you need to look up to the top, portal, and then you're going to go to delete, or no, I think it's eradicate portal cluster. So if you do that, it's going to delete the top portal, but it's also going to delete the bottom portal. So now, as you can see, we have this, but because I did this wrong, see how it actually went inside of this block? So just go ahead and break that. And now you can't see it anymore. Now, you kind of can still, so probably best to just get rid of the tower entirely. yeah, I would, yeah, just get rid of that tower entirely, because otherwise you're going to be able to see through the portals just because of how they work. But now, you can see that if I were to walk continuously, I'm actually going to end up back to where my original point was. So now, literally all we have to do is options. If I click on the right thing, video settings. We're going to go into shaders, and we're going to go back to Animal Crossing shaders. And you have your very own spherical Minecraft world. As you see, if I start over here, you can walk around it and end right back up where you began. As you can see, there's still those artifacts on the edges here, and if you go over, you see how it targeted that block way far away from me. And if I continue going over here, you should eventually see that. That's your corner of your world. Now the reason this happens is because even though the Animal Crossing shaders are bending the blocks, immersive portals aren't compatible with shaders, really, kind of. So it doesn't bend the portal with the block. So that's just something you'll have to live with. And you can only usually see it if you're a couple blocks up is when it becomes really obvious. When you're down to the ground, it doesn't become nearly as obvious. It's still a little bit, but it's pretty manageable. And then yeah, for my world, all I did is I went to the corner of my world, which I believe is this block here, and I did fill, and I grabbed the block. I will go over to the other side of the world, which I believe should be this. And I go this, and then I just did Minecraft grass underscore block. And then boopity boop, you have your very own Minecraft block world. Now, you'll be probably seeing a bit of gray things. This is because, yeah, this is this. So, realistically, get rid of this. I should have built my thing out, my tower, when I was doing it, because there was this whole line here, right? So I should have technically built my tower up here. So when you're building your spherical world, say this was the corner of your world, you need to build out one and then go up. This is very important. Otherwise, as you can see, even though it looks like grass, you can still see the artifact has the stone. Because even though inside of your portal there isn't, the artifacts, since they're not bending, you can see the stone through them. So what you can do is, if you were following my tutorial, just quickly get rid of those. But if you're doing this from scratch, just get rid of them to begin with, and then if we fly around all the edges of my world, you can see no stone, we're good. So now you can walk around, and you have your very own spherical Minecraft world that will break people's minds.